Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Jesse Jarvis to the stage.
Oh, yeah! All right, stand-up comedy at McCormack's Irish Pub. How you doing tonight? Yeah. I feel like I see some new faces in here. Clap your hands if this is your first time here coming to McCormack's, yeah? Thank you all so much for coming out. Just to give you a clue of kind of what you're going to see. It's an open mic. You're going to see some professionals, you'll see some amateurs, people doing it for their first time. It's a blast. It's a magical time. You don't know what's going to happen. It's just going to come at you, and it's going to happen, and it's just a thing that you're going to see. But we got a lot of really funny people on the show tonight. We also got an amazing bartender tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, give it up for Mr. Austin Fitch, your bartender. One of the best humans to ever live, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, one of the best to ever live. We also got $3 kamikaze special, so get him from Austin. He'll take good care of you. I'll be your host, Jesse Jarvis. I'll be hosting the festivities for the evening. No. Austin has a right. Austin has a right. Boo. But I will say, to keep along with the Austin theme, tip your bartender a lot of money. Like, tip them really well. Yeah, absolutely. Church. But really what I'm saying is pay off your bartender. That's really what I'm saying. Bartenders know too much shit about you. Think about every time you've gotten drunk with your friends and said some weird stuff. Bartender heard everything, and now that's something they know about you, and they remember that shit. So be careful. But that's why you tip them. That's why you pay them off. Pay off your bartender. They know about your little short stories you write. Your Rick and Morty fan fiction where, like, you know, your conspiracy theories about Szechuan sauce and stuff. Like, they know all about that stuff. They see right through you, you know? They can just see through your bullshit. So that being said, don't be the asshole at the bar either. Don't be that guy. That guy who comes out and is like, hey, I've been waiting on my drink for like 5 minutes. I've been waiting 5 minutes for my vodka cranberry, my 5 shots of Jaeger, and the gin and Hawaiian punch I ordered for my tender date. Where we go? Come on, you close in 10 minutes. Chop. While we're at it, can you add a to-go line, Marita? My Uber driver said he'd play dubstep if I hooked him up, so get to it, chop. Like when you're that person, those are also the same kind of people who will write a Bible verse in the tip line. That's who those kind of people are. And if you do that to a bartender, they will sell your shit to the Russians like in a second. They do not care. That's if the government hasn't already done it. Because sometimes that's a thing that they do. You guys seen that show on Netflix? Yeah, right. There's so many goddamn shows on Netflix. Like, I can't keep up with any of them. I'm like, I'm too busy. They're like, oh no, you gotta watch blah blah blah. It's that crime show with that guy from that other crime show. He's really good in it. I'm like, oh really? The guy from the other crime show is good in this crime show? No shit. Like, come on. Like, give me something good, you know? I get it. We live in this golden age of television. I just don't know where to start with all these Netflix shows. They do have that feature, the Suggested For You feature, where they'll suggest things based on your viewing history. One of the suggestions I got was Last Man Standing, starring Tim Allen. Yeah, Netflix isn't a friend that like knows what my tastes are. Really, it's just like the really shitty stepdad who buys you lame movies at Christmas. He's like, all right, I kind of know what you're into, so here's a VHS copy of Con Air. It's like, all right, you got this for me last year. And he's like, yeah, well, I suggest you watch it again. I just don't know where to start with the shows, because, like, catching up on all these Netflix shows, I kind of feel like you're just jumping into your doctorate for literature, but all you've read is Super Fudge. Like, some people don't know what that book is, I can tell. There's a big fidget spinner crowd. What I should have said was 50 Shades of Grey. That's what I should have said. Oh God, that book. God, a little bit about me. I work in restaurants because I'm a unique individual, and I work in kitchens. And when you work in kitchens, customers will just assume you can make anything. They'll try to order off the menu. They don't care. They're just like, you got a kitchen, go make it. Which that's really stupid. They just come in all entitled, like, hey, you got any hot dogs? You got any hot dogs in here? It's like, no ma'am, this is an authentic Italian restaurant. We do not have hot dogs. Yeah, well then what's my kid supposed to eat? Well, how about something not shitty? Did you think about that? Like how you act like you care about this kid or something. You should probably feed them something that's not hot dogs, because that's going to kill them eventually. That will kill them, and then that's on you. If that kid dies before he graduates college, you lost everything on your investment. You get nothing in return. That is bad business. Bad business. But, God, like, the people who don't understand why it's rude to order off the menu, those are the same kind of people who don't understand why it's rude to fart on airplanes. Yeah? They don't get it. Like, what do you mean there's air coming in the cabin? We're all made of gas anyway, so it's natural. I should know. I'm an Aquarius. That's the kind of people who do that. I don't know. They're the people who are like, well, if you're a real chef, why don't you just make it? Just make it. If every chef did that, Anthony Bourdain would just be Guy Fieri. Just like touring the world, visiting different Arby's, taking in the culture. But anyway, guys, we got an amazing show for you tonight. Are you ready to meet your first comic? Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is killing it everywhere. Give it up for the boisterous boy wonder, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brandon Beswick.
Excuse me, pardon me. Hey, bud. Hey, how? Oh, shit! What? Yeah. You guys, I'm just gonna get, you know what? I'm gonna stay a minute, so just let me take this off for a second. We need armed deer. Who's with me? Like, I'm all for hunting. Like, I get it. I like it. For sustenance, it's great. You should know where your food comes from. Cool. But I'm tired of my weird fat uncle being like, I'm a hunter, because he gets drunk at a tree stand and takes pot shots at deer. So, here's my solution. We get some like advanced technology on these deers. Obviously, it's legal and available. We'll put like guns that you can fire through video cameras as well. And then that way we'll like set up some kind of gaming system where you can just kind of wait in a queue, and then bam, you'll be like on the back of a deer for like 30 seconds, and you can just like and fire at whatever hunters are around. Just to kind of keep it like competitive a little bit. And shit, I mean, if the numbers come back and we're like, it's not working as well as we thought, we'll throw some sticky grenades in there. Because you know, anyone with sticky grenades, you're gonna get like one bullshit kill, and you'll be like, yes, that's one hunter. Not all hunters. There's plenty of good hunters and bad hunters on both sides of this argument. Guys, Hollywood is sexist. What? I mean, you thought after they developed the porn genre of casting couch that we all agreed that that was just the case, right? We were like, oh no. Oof, this is deeper. Like, it's fucked up, man. It's just, everything is sad now. Everything is sad. You know what's not sad? Birds. They're great. Straight up. You know how smart crows are? They're like fucking unbelievably smart. Corvus corvid. That's the Latin name for a crow. Wake up, people. They're brilliant. There's no jokes about this. This is my platform, and I'm here to tell you that crows are great. They will remember your face and bring murder upon you. Tesla wrote in his diary that he used to capture crows with his fellow like schoolboys and wherever he's from. He's not American, who cares, right? Just joking, he built this fucking country, you libtards. I'm sorry. But no, he wrote in his diary that he used to go and steal crows from the woods. It was like a thing he would do with his friends, whatever, weird fucking dude. But he would steal crows. And eventually, one day while stealing crows with his buddies, they were leaving the woods and a murder of crows. Okay, that is what a grouping of crows is called. So first off, badass. But secondly, terrifying. But he's walking out of the woods and there's a murder of fucking crows and they're all like, yo! You got Pete and Steve, man. Not today, bitch! And they all dove bomb his ass. And he said all he remembers was like running and hiding in a cave, and they let the crows go, and they were like, it was just a terrifying moment. That's a real thing that happened to Tesla, so you people, crows. Anyway. What if an ostrich could fly? We'd all be fucked! It would just rain terror from above, constantly. Be like, I'm gonna live in Manhattan, I'll be fine. There's no way you're... Ah! And just... You wake up in a nest somewhere with baby birds, and you're like, oh, this is either gonna be a sitcom or a gruesome death. Or both. It could be both. How much time do I have left? I went on my bird tangent for a long time. Okay, good. Perfect. I played football my entire life, like my life growing up. I played up until I was 16 years old. It was a big thing for my family. My family is full of athletes. I know it doesn't look like it, but my dad played football. His dad played football. My brother played football. Like, it was a big family thing. And when I was 16, I had to explain to him that I was done with football. I wanted to be in the fall musical. This was tough. Like, it was tough for my dad. It was basically like kind of coming out to my dad. Like, he didn't take it well. At first, he didn't believe me. I had to like bring around theater friends for him to like be like, "Oh my God, this is really happening." And I'll never forget the day I came home from doing whatever 16-year-old Brandon did. So I assume petty larceny and huffing paint, probably. I don't know. So I came home and my dad's on the back deck smoking a cigar. He's like, "Brandon, come out here. Sit down." Okay. Sit down. He looks at me. He's like, "I hear you're quitting football to do drama." We don't do drama in this home. This is a house of physical ability. We live in the real world, where you can feel another person hitting you and understand what that means. If you wake up every morning and sweat and you feel it. We don't do drama. No son of mine will walk on a stage and lie to an audience full of people to act dramatic. Look at yourself. I have no son. Guys, thank you so much. I'm Brandon Beswick. You guys have had a lot of fun. Get Jesse Benham here!
All right, Brandon Beswick, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, love that. Love that. Ooh, all right, let the kids come in. Let the kids come in. Hey, your next comic, a very, very funny lady, Miss Trish Blaine. Keeping the show rolling along, your next comic, she's one of my favorites. Give it up for Miss Dawn Brooks.
Keep it going for Jesse, Jarvis, Austin behind the bar. Keep it going, keep it going. Yeah. All the comics you've seen, all two of them. Comedy's fun. I love comedy. I love public speaking in general. I want to do something more serious eventually. I want to speak at a conference. Like, I want to speak at a bestiality conference. Just because I would have the perfect opening line. Like, wow, you people are fucking animals. Right? Wordplay. Do you guys ever feel like sneezing multiple times and having multiple children are kind of like the same in that, like, the first couple times it's like, you know, you're blessed, and then after a while it just gets gross, you know? Stop doing that. Stop. It's not, I don't know. Thanks. I was unemployed for a little bit, but I just got a new job. I'm a banquet server at like fancy weddings and like luncheons and stuff. Thanks. I get to watch other people have a great time. Thank you so much. But every time I see like mostly white weddings and they're like doing like the wobble or the Cupid shuffle, like black dances, like I always want them to ask me to like help them, you know, like not because they're doing badly, but because like I just want to feel useful in that way. Like when I go with my white friends and they do all the black dances and they don't like ask for my guidance, or they're not looking at me, like I feel like a mom whose like kids are learning how to tie their shoes and they finally got it. Like, let mommy help you. They're like, I got it. Oh man. I'm really happy. I'm in a great relationship. My boyfriend's white, like not that really matters to me, but my black girlfriends don't really like it. Like I have one girlfriend that's like, aren't you worried about like being fetishized or like, you know, just being viewed as like a token black girlfriend or something like that? They're like, or she'll be like, what if he just wants the black experience, right? And I love that phrase because it just sounds like a really sick water slide, you know? Like, it just sounds like a really awesome roller coaster. Have you been on the Black Experience? It goes like 45 miles per hour. It'll shoot you straight out. It's so fun. It is fun though. He's great though. He's wonderful. He's an English major. Super, super smart guy. But he does like correct certain things that I say. And my English is the worst like when we're having sex. Like I'll be like, oh my God, like you fuck me so good. And he's like, Superman does good, honey. I'm fucking you well. And I'm like, okay. Thank you. Thanks. But before him and I started dating, I was talking to this other guy who was black, and we were exchanging music tastes. And I'm telling him some of the bands that I like. I'm like, yeah, you know, I like Led Zeppelin and like Jimi Hendrix, and I have mixed taste. So I was like telling him some of the classic rock that I liked and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, all those are great. I love Nas and Jay-Z. Those are rappers, by the way. Like he felt the need to clarify to me that Nas and Jay-Z were rappers. Like I'm that far gone. I think Nas is like a yoga studio in Carytown. I'm gonna go to Nas and meditate for a moment. I'm gonna go to Jay-Z and order a hummus wrap. I'm vegan, so I do love hummus wraps though. So I call my boyfriend's hummus. It's like a cute thing we do. We have like Elwood Thompson role play. I'm the sexy cashier. Yeah, baby, you like these eggs cage-free? Thank you. It works for us. Sometimes I feel like I'm betraying my race when I don't use black emojis. My girlfriend, the same girlfriend that's like hates white people, she's like, you're not using black emojis. And then she says to me, she's like, you know what? Listen, we're gonna rise up, okay? One day we're gonna fight the white, like we gotta rebel against the white people. It's gonna be a race war, like we're gonna go to war. And I'm like, all right, Maisha, like all that's great, but like we used to work at Forever 21 together, you know? Like, I don't really think you have the qualifications to like fight an entire race of people when you're putting the medium cardigans with the smalls, okay? I don't want my soldiers wearing 2 for $15 sandals, that's all I'm saying. Guys, thank you so much. That's been my time. Jesse Jarvis, thank you.
All right, the hilarious Dawn Brooks. Let her hear one more time. Yeah, come on in, come on in, come on in. Hi, how you all doing tonight? I like the shirt. Nice to see you. Come on in. All right. All right, so we're going to keep the show rolling. Your next comic, he's a silly goose. I'm glad he's here tonight. Give it up for Mr. Brian Mann.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey.
Guys, give it up for Jesse Jarvis. He's a sweet, gentle creature. Like praying mantis with less pinching. It's great, it's great. You guys are here to watch some comedy. Comedy is what I love. I love doing it. I've been doing it for like almost 7 years now. I'm hoping to get to a point successful enough of making Netflix money. It's every comedian's dream, you know? Just like, they're not paying me to do anything. I just making enough money to have my own Netflix account. You know, I don't have to have weird conversations with my sister where she's like, why was the last thing played Nymphomaniac Volume 2? Every time I go on Netflix, at the same scene. Like, you're 29 years old, sister. Stop watching Pretty Little Liars. It's a show for teenagers. I don't know. Things have been interesting in life. I recently figured out, I learned how to make buffalo sauce, y'all. Y'all want to know the secret? Yes. It's not gross. You gotta go into the woods. Plains, I don't know where buffalo roam. It's a great movie starring Bill Murray. You gotta find this buffalo. It's not gonna be gross. You gotta stimulate its prostate. You know, it's not gross. It's completely normal. This is cooking. So you gotta fist this buffalo until it starts secreting hot sauce. Yeah, that's buffalo sauce. It's good to have some like live chickens on hand so you can drown them in it and get that marinade going early. Yeah. Learned that at camp. Grown man going to camp. Money's gotta go somewhere, right? You're just sitting on cash. I'm not made of money, people. I think I will be one day if my reoccurring nightmares come true, where I'm a cash golem. You know, a golem made up completely of U.S. currency. I'm trapped in the bottom of the Federal Reserve. And I'm just like, you must get away from these treasures. But like the voice is all of the voices of the presidents on the money that I'm comprised of. And like the sad thing is I spent my entire life down in that dungeon protecting this treasure, but the vault's empty. I'm made of the treasure. It's me that has value. And as a cash golem, the moment you realize that is the moment your sentience dissolves and you just fall all over the floor, because sentience is not good for the system, man. Gotta break free. I said a Federal Reserve because my understanding is they're just like franchises. I don't know. It's like anybody can get one. You know, Lee Street Federal Reserve. Printing that shit out like crazy. Things have been really tense with my dermatologist. I get outbreaks of eczema on my fingers. I've been trying to get him to come check it out. But he's like, I'm not coming to see you if you keep sending me these threatening text messages. I'm like, threatening? What are you talking about? Like, I'm just telling you to come see these hands, doc. I like to think he gets really riled up and he's like jumping out of his bed. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when I text my doctor. His wife's like holding him back and he's like, come see these hands? I'll show you my dick. I'm a doctor, I have power. Doctors power trip around their wives. Just throwing that out there. I don't know, that's not a fact. Could be. I've been riding in a car a lot lately, which is a weird sentence to say as a human who's an adult. I've been riding my bike everywhere since I was like 15. And I think it's starting to show. Like, I got home late the other night. I was like stumbling around my living room because my legs aren't as strong. And the light flicks on. And I'm like, oh, you got a beer? And I turn around and my bike is just laying on the recliner, like in silence. And I'm like, oh, bikey, how you doing? And she's like, I know you've been riding in cars, Brian. You reek of gasoline and you have carbon all over your feet. I start trying to make excuses. It was raining. It was raining, baby. You got a flat tire. You're a bicycle. It's a car. People like luxury. Get out of here, you fucking bicycle. I crossed the line. She started crying. Grease dripped from her chains. But not in the sexy way. You know, like she normally do. I love my bike. So I was trying to make up with her. I went on a little midnight ride, you know, across the. Well, actually, if this story took place at 3 a.m. and we went for a midnight ride, I guess that there was a whole full day in between that. Oh shit, my timelines are all fucked. So we go across the bridge and we stop halfway through and we're like looking at our favorite view of the city. She's like, Brian, promise me you'll never get in one of those horrible machines again. And I take my bike and I throw it in the river. Because like, why would I refuse to ride in a car again? Riding a bike is tiring. Knees only last so long. I'll die before the earth ends because of cars. It's gonna be fine. However, I think I did hear a yelp after I threw my bike down there. I'm pretty sure I hit a homeless man. Which is not cool. Never hit homeless people. I feel the need to tell you guys that because I don't know, I've seen a couple of you guys eyeballing street people, I don't know. Jesse gave me the light, I'm gonna get out of here and go hang out by my trash can.
All right, Brian Mann, ladies and gentlemen. I told you that was going to be silly. Keeping the show moving along. All right, get your beer. All right, go. All right. I got to bring on your next comic. He runs the show at the Sad House. It's a really, really cool show. Check it out sometime. They actually got one this Saturday, so should be fun. But we got him here. Give it up for Mr. Mike Engle.
Hello, Mike Engle. Hello. How are you all doing? So I hate people. It's true, but I could continue. I could stop there, but I will continue. How about that? I hate people who are like way too into being human. You know the type. You know the type. Ugh, I have genitals and feelings. I defecate. I oppress my own species, even though we're slightly different than one another. It's a character I'm working on. That's the bitter alien comic, everybody. The bitter alien comic. You know, he doesn't really quite get humanity, but he's got a lot of opinions, this guy. That's the bitter alien comic. Oh man, kids' game shows, they're off the air. It's true, they're off the air. You don't see your double dares, you don't see your Nickelodeon physical extreme challenges, and I'll tell you why. It's all the fault of sick diddlers, and I wish that diddlers, that's a wasted word in the English language. It's a fun word. I wish it meant something else. Just like you're, a real rad dude who's sick of guitar solos, like Go Power Rangers. I was a big Power Rangers fan growing up. I was. What I did is I had a broom that I kicked the broom part off of, and then now I got a stick. I spun that stick in the front yard from probably 2nd grade until 8th grade. Like way too long to be spinning a stick and pretending you're a Power Ranger. But I did it, okay? I did it. I'm here to tell you. And one day, a neighborhood man comes to my house. Y'all know where this is going probably, but he approaches the door, knocks on it. My mom answers, and the guy's like, "Is that your kid out there spinning that stick?" My mom's like, "Yeah." And the guy's like, "He's really good." I had to start sticking in the backyard from then on, but I was 7. I thought like, oh, my prowess is so high. You're not gonna do that for free. Like, we gotta start monetizing this. You're special, in the incubator with you. But no, it was really just because of the creepy neighbor dude. But you know what? I outgrew that behavior. Around 8th grade, I started playing drums because I knew that I was never gonna get laid as a professional baton twirler, okay? I knew that wasn't in my future. It wasn't. If I were to stick with that, though, I would just get more extreme with my spinning activities. I'd involve blades eventually. I'd be one of those, like, switchblade twirlers. Impressive. But, maybe in this lifetime, but, I could never be cool enough to be a sword guy. Absolutely not. No way. I can't get away with being a sword guy. And then, a snake guy, unattainable. Like, my phone, literally, like, it would just be completely dead all the time because the battery would be run out with all the OkCupid messages I would get, especially if I have a picture of me and that snake in there. Absolutely. Killing it. In high school, you probably know by now, I got most unique. I was voted most unique. It's very easy, though. It's very easy when you go to a school of 500 kids and you're the only kid who listens to hardcore and wears ladies' pants. It's true. It's very easy. Yes. I got these pants at Target. Okay, they sell skinny jeans at Target now. You don't know embarrassment until you're in the early aughts. You find yourself there. And you have to go to a thrift store and buy ladies' pants. That's a shame you all will never know. And it's a shame, I tell you. It's a shame. You know what? I hate misogynists like Trump. I think misogynists should hit on somebody their own size. And by somebody their own size, I mean monsters. And by monsters, I specifically even more so mean Krakens. Hey, yo, girl. Let me see those tentacles. Is that a beak in there? Is that a dick sucking beak? I don't know. I just really want to put my dick in there right now. That dude doesn't have a dick anymore. But he didn't deserve one in the first place, sticking his dick in strange beaks like that. He deserves to die. I've been Mike Engle. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Mike Engle, I love him. Give it one more time for Mike Engle. Your next comic, very, very funny dude, regular around the scene. Give it up for Mr. Jesse Pearlstein.
Tell you what, guys, I keep telling Dawn to stop talking about our sex life in public. I'm kidding, I'm not an English major. But I can tell what you guys were all thinking when I first got up here. Holy shit, this guy's a badass. That's right, baby, I am. I'm such a badass. I'm gonna tell you, even though you already know, because that's how crazy I am. I'll state the obvious. I don't give a shit. I'm such a badass that when I go grocery shopping and they have those little signs that say 15 items or less, I'll put 18 in my cart. That's right, I don't give a fuck. I'm dangerous. I'm so dangerous I drive under the speed limit. Why? Fuck you, that's why. Guys, what are we gonna do about this Make-A-Wish bullshit? What are we gonna do? Why are we wasting all the good wishes on these kids that won't be around to remember them? We need a Make-A-Wish for like adults. Not adults who are dying. I think we just need one for adults who like live in their parents' basement. I wish a girl would talk to me. Man. Did you know that the Ninja Turtles' greatest enemy was the Environmental Protection Agency? Listen, we gotta regulate this toxic ooze getting into our drinking water. It's making all the turtles mad. It's getting out of control. I went to the monument rally that we had last month in September, and I saw something that gave me hope. I saw a black Trump supporter surrounded by a group of white people telling him that we should take the statues down. And all I could think of is, this is what progress looks like, people. I know the statues are very controversial, but I do have an opinion about it. I think we should leave them up. However, I am a fan of compromise. So I think we should convert them all into interracial gangbangs. Just imagine like 4 or 5 guys from, I don't know, maybe like Senegal just railing on Robert E. Lee. Maybe the horse gets in on the action. It's 2017. I'm not judging. Got Stonewall. He's going down on a couple of Guatemalans. And at the end of this, you have poor Arthur Ashe and his children. Right? Now, that's okay though. Arthur, he's a humanitarian. So he's trying to block their view of the carnage that's unfolding in front of them. Only he's using a tennis racket. Which I don't know if you guys have ever played tennis or masturbated to the Williams sisters. But you would know. You can see through those things, Arthur. Oh, God. Guys, my abandonment issues left me. I like that one. I work as a counselor, which would scare the crap out of you guys because there's nobody who's well-adjusted who does comedy, and for some reason they think I'm eligible to work with emotionally disturbed people. It's like the blind leading the schizophrenic right there. But you hear like a lot of really weird things at a job like that. Like I was told this by one of my clients, second time meeting her. She goes to me, Mr. P, I'm going to be arrested. I'm like, okay, you know why? She's like, well, I tested dirty on my drug screen. I'm like, okay, why? And she's like, well, because my boyfriend went down on me, and I'm pretty sure the residue of all the cocaine that he was doing got on my vagina, and I tried to wash it off, but I just could. Listen. Unless he was converting your vagina into a bong or snorting rails off your labia. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Here's some weird shit. I'm gonna get out on this, guys. I don't know if any of you guys are like me and ever just get inspired and follow your wet dreams. Thank you guys very much. Give it up for your host, Jesse Jarvis.
All right, a little inspirational message from Jesse Pearlstein, everybody. Yeah. Oh, God, that was fun. Your next comic, he runs the show over at Wonderland. It's this amazing, amazing book show. It's also free. They do it on, the next one will be Saturday the 21st, so go check it out. It's an awesome show. But give it up for Mr. Marcelo Perez Rubio.
Guys, keep it going for Jesse. Let's hear it. Yeah. And Austin, your bartender, he's taking good care of us, right, guys? You know, I think right now he's smoking a cigarette.
I'm right here.
I'm just checking. It's okay. Oh, man, guys. And also, but most importantly, thank God there's AC in this building, right? I have been suffering lately. It's been terrible. My house, it's just, it's pretty old. And at this point, like, this is the time of year where you're supposed to be saving money on that, at least, you know, have it all turned off. Just waiting for the heat to turn on, right? Like, now I'm not gonna be able to turn on my heat until December, guys. It's like, money's real tight. And unfortunately, during that time, I like to keep the house at a toasty 58. You know what I'm saying? Heating oil is expensive, guys. And I forget to tell my roommates that, you know, constantly move in and out and whatnot about that. And you know, one day I was actually testing the systems last winter, making sure all systems would go, which meant I actually had to turn up the heat. And of course, I didn't tell my brother that was living with me at the time. I come to find out that he nearly burned his balls off on the radiator upstairs in the bathroom. Yeah, why was he teabagging the radiator? I have no idea. I just see him like sitting in the toilet at the point. I just like sitting on the toilet, not in the toilet. But and just your house from the 1940s could suck a dick. Well, the funny thing is that that toilet was actually made 3 days before Pearl Harbor. Now you know things seen some shit go down. It's about the right response for a shitty pun. Yeah. But I love the fall, guys. I absolutely do. And you know, it's not for like any of the main reasons, like, you know, pumpkin spice is back or like the leaves are changing or anything like that. No, it's that I tend to do more dating in the colder months. Like, I don't fare so well in the time of the year where clothing is optional. Yeah. You know, women aren't into my looks. It's more the fact that I'm more of a natural thermal blanket for them. You know, it's the time of year where they don't mind me being on top for an extended period of time. Yeah. That's what you can bring to the table, guys. And, you know, I'm in my late 20s and I can't stop getting those STDs. In the mail. You know, the save the dates? There we go. I think all my friends are getting married. It's absolutely stupid. Like, what do you do with the save the date, especially when they come in magnet form? I'm getting tired of that. Because where else do you put a magnet but onto your fridge, right? And so for a single 28-year-old, that's just a shitty reminder that, yeah, I get it. Every time I'm going to grab a PBR, I'm going to die alone. I get it. No, but like, oh man, every time I get one of those save the dates, I just have like Ned Stark from Game of Thrones in the back of my mind just going, divorce is coming. So apparently a lot of you are married, it's okay. No, I believe in marriage or not. I think it's a great institution type of deal, you know, but I think divorce is also natural. Like, it's going to be a part of it, that it shouldn't be that bad or not. I don't know where I'm going with that. It happens, you know, sometimes you gotta riff it a little bit. Anyways, no, and like, you know, I'm just really starting to feel my age, guys. Like, you know, I have my high school reunion next week. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go to it because I also have a wedding that I have to make to it instead. I wish that was a joke. No, but yeah, like, if I haven't talked to you in the last 10 years, it was for a reason. Say a lot of you guys were popular in high school instead of I was. It's okay. No, but like, and I was starting to look through the invitation, and I noticed that one of them was like, the treasurer now works for Apple, which I thought was pretty impressive. So I also realized that she had also converted to Scientology. Kind of explains Apple a little bit. And you know, just like, if you're going to be at that, you know, high school reunion passing out those pamphlets about being able to fly, there better be some Molly with it. That's all I'm saying, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Let's go ahead and get Jesse back up to the stage.
All right, Mr. Marcelo Perez Rubio, ladies and gentlemen. Catch that show over at Wonderland on the 21st. It should be fun. Your next comic, this guy's been tearing it up all over the scene lately. I'm really glad he's here. Give it up for Mr. Rusty Sconce.
Hey, McCormack's. Hey. What a beautiful crowd tonight, guys. Look at you. Give it up for yourselves. You know, you guys are just a sexy group of people. That wasn't a joke there. You don't have to start laughing in. Guys, anybody here like college football? Yeah. College football fans in here? Okay, we got Jesse. No? Okay, all right. What's your team, sir?
William & Mary.
What the fuck?
No,
like,
I know, it's kind of...
They have a football team?
Actually, I wish to point out that our very first football game in 1897 was lost to Newport News High School.
Okay, all right, makes sense. Yeah, that's, and they haven't done better since, right? Like they've been middling down in the high school football realm ever since. Okay, well, I'm a USC fan, University of Southern California. Okay, yeah. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like I know that this is the only chance you get to talk about like William & Mary football. It's the only time anybody's like, "Oh, William & Mary, tell me more." All right, USC. I'm a USC fan myself. A lot of people say that the best offense is or the best defense is a good offense, right? But USC has taught me that the best defense is actually Samoan. Yeah. Lofa Tatapu, Ray Malaluga, Troy Polamalu. It's like the more expensive your name is on Wheel of Fortune, the better your defense is going to be, you know? Like the more vowels you just throw on the field, the better your chances are of winning a BCS title. I was sad though. We were undefeated. We were undefeated going into 2 weeks ago, and then we lost to Wyoming State or some middle of the road whatever. And it was a heartbreaking loss too. Like the middle linebacker, last play of the game, runs up the middle, tackles the quarterback, fumbles the ball, defense recovers, game over. Right. I took some solace though in the fact that the middle linebacker's name was Jihad Woods. Kid's had a rough life. You know, like that's an unfortunate name. I did the math on that. He's a freshman in college. That means he was born in 1999. And his parents were like, we got to give this kid a strong name, you know, like a warrior's name. Jihad. Yeah, that's perfect. 2 years roll by and they're like, maybe you should just go by Jay. You know, like that's... Let's take a step back from this one. He's embracing it now, though. I mean, even the sportscasters were getting into it, and they're like, oh, there's Jihad up the middle. He's really slaying those infidels tonight. Heads are rolling. That kid's a killer. I was down at the VCU hospital the other day. Anybody had the misfortune of like having to go to the VCU hospital before? If you notice, whenever you go down there, there's like these roving bands of like Jehovah's Witnesses standing all around like the VCU Health campus, which I always thought was a little opportunistic, right? You know, you got some people going in, they like have cancer, like have you thought about Jehovah? You know, you might need to in the near future. So I like to distract their attention by engaging these motherfuckers in conversation. The other day, I was talking to a group of Jehovah's Witnesses, and this one woman hit me with this fact. She was like, did you know that there is more concrete historical evidence for the existence of Jesus Christ than there is for George Washington? I was like, oh shit. Maybe George Washington doesn't exist. Like, I barely believe in ISIS, and they have like a fucking YouTube channel. Like, how am I supposed to believe in George Washington because this asshole's on our money? I don't buy it for 1 second. So if you guys can't tell, I graduated from Liberty University. Any Liberty alums here? No? Okay, good job. You guys fucked in high school. I get it. All right, that's fine. Liberty was a fun time. I like everyone else at Liberty, was majoring in propaganda studies. It was interesting. You know, I'd be in class and they'd be like, okay, and we all know that homosexuality is an abomination before God. And I'm like, isn't this fucking linear algebra? Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now? Aren't you a math teacher? They had weird opinions though, like, you know, they used to always say homosexuals, they're destroying the institution of marriage. Homosexuals are destroying the institution of marriage. I don't think that's true. I think Baptists are destroying the institution of marriage. And I think they don't even realize it. Because what they do is they take 13, 14-year-old men that think that they have homosexual tendencies, and they send them to pray away the gay camp, right? Or reparative therapy. And then they stick them in traditional marriages and wonder why 20 years later they burst from the closet, tearing the Bible into celebratory confetti and dancing all the way to San Francisco, right? Like, what they don't understand is that they've made these little gay time bombs that they put in traditional marriages and then 20 years later explode all over another man's face. And they never see it coming. Okay, all right. My name's Rusty Scones. You guys have been beautiful. Thank you very much. Give it up for your host.
Rusty Sconce, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, all right. I'm going to keep this show rolling. Your next comic, she is one of my favorites. She cracks me up all the time. Give it up for Miss Mary Jane French. Whoa. Oh my God. You getting all this action, Silver? There's a lot of traffic. It's really cool. I hope it looks cool on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Jane French, everybody. Yes. Very awesome as always. Your next comic, this is actually his first time doing comedy here at McCormack's. So, McCormack's, this is my favorite part of the show. I always love when somebody new comes out. It's one of my favorite things. So guys, make him feel welcome. Mr. Charles Gowan.
I've already fucked up. I didn't shake his hand yet. So, I had to move recently. Has anyone else here had to move recently? Yes. Yeah, it fucking sucks, right? Like, I hate it, but I hate it even more now that I own sex toys. It doesn't matter how deep I hide that shit in the rest of my stuff. My mind comes up with one scenario in which my mom finds my butt plug. And, like, you invite all your friends over, like, yeah guys, it's gonna be real easy, it's just gonna be a couple of boxes, and this one locked briefcase that's gonna remain handcuffed to my wrist for the entire time. And I'm sorry, but women, you have it better. Like, it's easier to be a woman and own a sex toy. If you're a woman that owns a sex toy, that's sexy, that's powerful. You own your sexuality. There's no pride of ownership with a pocket pussy. Fucking kidding me? Yeah, that shit. Like, if you don't believe me, think of it this way. The most popular sex toy for women isn't disguised like a flashlight. And that actually brings me to my next point. I think Fleshlight is marketing, like, I hate their marketing strategy, because it's all about, it feels just like the real thing. We molded it after Sasha Grey's vagina. Like, that's bullshit. Like, I don't want a pocket pussy that feels like a vagina. Like, I know what that feels like. Why am I trying to convince you of that? But like, I don't want, you know, it to feel like the real thing. Like, I want the pocket pussy designed by MC Escher. You know? I want to know what it's like to put my dick in silicone crazy stairs. And for that one VCU art student that's like, it's called relativity, I fucking know! / I used Google like right before I got up here. Yeah, what was the next joke I had on here? Oh, yeah, so I know what you might be thinking, like, hey, Charles, what's up, man? Like, you're not a bad looking dude, why are you using sex toys? Well, my girlfriend decided to go into the Peace Corps, and it's been a year and a month. And it's been really interesting because we tried Skype sex. Has anyone else had like cyber sex? No. Wow. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and... Gotcha. So yeah, so we tried cyber sex for the first time, and I don't know. I don't really have a lot of good things to say about it, but I mean, I guess like the one positive is it's the best hand job I ever had. So that's good. I don't know, man. Let me tell you, if you're having like cyber sex, there's a small margin of error between coming on screen and coming on your screen. I liked it. I thought it was funny. Yeah, I'm just glad that my girlfriend wasn't into cum shots, because I really don't know how we do that. Like, you know, as soon as I finish, she just flicks a warm spoonful of, like, pudding on herself. That's the exact response I wanted. All right. No, so actually, like, what we did was we decided to do an open relationship, which is just been a whole host of interesting situations. I feel like the type of woman that is going to hook up with a guy in an open relationship is the same type of person that would go to a birthday party when they were younger and play with all the host's presents before they got a chance to. But it has been fun. My favorite story so far from my open relationship has been the one woman that was very kind. She decided to escort me home one night, and we started making out, and everything was going great, and she kind of pulled away, and she's like, "Hey, have you ever peed on anyone?" "Why, no, I haven't." "Is that what you're into?" "Yeah, kind of." "Are you asking me to pee on you right now?" To which she responds, "No, your bathroom's not nice enough." Okay, one, weird time to throw shade at my bathroom. Second of all, why would you even bring it up if we're not gonna do it? Like, my house is less than 1,000 square feet. You know that I'm not just gonna pull another bathroom out of my ass. You know, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, this is great, hold on, let me throw some slate up so that way I can pee on you." No, I really don't know what you wanted out of that. But no, so it is a very small house. It's less than 1,000 square feet. But I really like it because I bought it and it is my house and that feels so fucking cool. Thank you. It is a shithole. But no, so I bought a house for the first time and I needed to go to Lowe's to buy a washer and dryer because it didn't come with a washer dryer. So I walk in and I quickly learned that my budget was not realistic. So the very nice salesman directed me to the cheapest washer and dryer, and he's still trying to sell it to me as if I have an option. It's like, "Well, yeah, this is a great washer, and it literally has 2 knobs." So he's just like, "Yeah, so this controls your water temperature, you know. You set it to the left if you want cold, you know, all the way to the right is hot. And if you, you know, if you put it in the middle, you're gonna get like a little mix of hot and cold." Cool, I can read. But it like hit me, I was like, holy shit. This is mansplaining. I am being mansplained right now. And women, I gotta say, like, I feel bad for you. Like, I'm like sort of a blue-collar looking motherfucker in his 20s, like going into Lowe's. Like, I can't imagine what it's like going to the grocery store. You're just like walking around trying to get your shit and some buster, some stock boy's like, "Oh, that's sliced bread. It's already sliced. It's great for sandwiches. I see you got some ice cream there. Now make sure you put that in the freezer. This is canned corn. There's corn on the inside." All right, guys, that's all the jokes I got. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, Charles Gowan, his first time here at McCormack's. Give it up for him. Some funny stuff in there. All right. Your next comic, really excited to see this guy. Give it up for AJ Allen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's right. Are you recording me too? I'm recording as well. How y'all doing tonight? All right, woo! That's all. That's the most I'm going to get right there, so I appreciate that. No, I'm joking. Oh, earlier today, I met this beautiful Hispanic chick today. She was tiny, fun size, and thicker than a Snickers on Halloween night. I tell you the truth. And I love them, but you know what? Last time I had sex with a goddamn Latino chick, I went into her version, came out a father of 3. I was like, no, you're gonna have to send them back. Absolutely. I don't know if it's just me, if I have ADHD or if I'm bored, but I play like the P game. I try to like flush the toilet when I know I'm done urinating, like all right. Psh. Nope, gotta flush twice. No, I don't save gas at all. I mean, save money on flushing the toilet at all. Not at all. Like I said, it's the P game, ADHD probably. Shit. I'm trying to do this without the paper. This is awesome. I know today I took an ultimate shit. I mean, like, men, you ever take a shit so good that you just, the only thing you can do is just like take a bath and get a back massage because that's the closest thing you're gonna come to is having a baby. Absolutely. Like, I mean, it was just one of the most horrifying experiences ever. Yeah, I'm talking like one of those good ones that make you feel taller when you're done, you know? You don't have nothing on the toilet paper or nothing. You're just like, damn. Yeah, what's the next one? Shucks. I got deadly farts too. Yep, absolutely. When I add that on there, farted so bad the other day, my phone was at 100%. That bitch went to low power mode. She was like, She goddamn called the police on me. Siri called the police on me. It was like, he's attempted murder on me. I'm like, you gonna catch pink eye fucking with me. Absolutely. Next one. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Last night. Oh, I masturbated so good. Woo! Now we talking. Got some of y'all. Masturbated so good that I didn't even have enough energy to clean up or set my alarm clock. Needless to say, I woke up sticky and I was 2 hours late for work. I'm just saying. Sickening. There you are. Met this chick on Tinder the other day. I went over her house after I got out the shower. Went over her house after I got out of work. She was like, you want to take a shower before you come in here? And I was like, yeah, I do that. She's like, you mind if I warm up? So she pulled out this goddamn gigantic dildo. I'm talking about one like the size of a foot long of a Jersey Mike sub. I'm like, you do you. I'm like, all this dick I got is like 2 7-Eleven big bites at most. So I'm trying to hit it, get it all good and stuff like that. Didn't feel not one wall. It got so bad that my GPS was like, do you need help? Do you need help locating a wall? Like, yeah, I think my dick is goddamn lost on cervix court. My balls are somewhere on on labia lane. So that shit was just ridiculous. Need help? Another thing is, I'm in landscaping, so you know one thing I've never seen? A squirrel shit. You know, you always see them flying like from tree to tree. You always see them damn like running around trying to find an acorn or whatnot. You always see them eating an acorn, but you never actually see them like take a shit. Because basically what I'm saying is, I've never had one of my guys be like, whoa, 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 watch that pile of squirrel shit right there. It's not happening, so not what I'm looking for, but at the same time, it is what it is, you know. I'm gonna leave y'all on this right here. You know who I would love to have as my drinking partner? Modern day Jesus. You wanna know why? Simple as day, we'll have the cheapest bar tab ever. They're like, can I get 2 waters, sir? Thank you. Jesus, do your thing. Make them red wines all day. Got Merlots on top. Can I get 2 more, please? Psst, thank you, Jesus. 2 more. Psst, thank you, Jesus. Now, you know we get out here drunk as shit. Be like, all right, now, Jesus, you take the wheel. Absolutely. Give them the car keys. I can imagine us getting pulled over. Like, Jesus, are you drunk? No, sir. No, not at all. Jesus, are you drunk? No, sir, not at all. Well, you know what? Get out here and walk a straight line for me. Jesus be like, I can do one better for you. I'll walk on water, goddammit. Sit up there and be like, The officer be like, Jesus, that is a puddle in the street. Well, you never said how deep it was. So, that's my time. Y'all have a good night now. Appreciate it,
All right, AJ Allen. All right. Keeping the show moving along. Your next comic, God damn it, this guy cracks me up all the time. He's so fucking funny. Give it up for Mr. Neil HELTZEL. Neil HELTZEL, everybody.
When I say hey, you say ho. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. When I say let's get, you say drunk. Let's get. Ho. Let's get. Ho. When I tell a joke, you guys laugh politely because I need this. Please. No, but for real, guys, this is my therapy. Comedy's my therapy. You're gonna hear a lot of people say that probably tonight. I don't particularly like it when people say that because people go to therapy for like real stuff. People go to therapy for like PTSD from war. And I'd hate to be in a conversation with these people and like try to relate to them. It's like, oh, you saw your buddy step on the landmine? He blew up right in front of your face? Well, have you tried telling dick jokes in front of strangers? Because that's always worked for me. Oh no, I've never been to war. I'm just insecure sometimes. No, but right in front of your face. Oh, that's terrible. But my thing's still pretty bad too, right? No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Guys, Taylor Swift was right. Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes. They don't. You know what does though? Hot dogs! When you eat them in 2 bites. Found that out from playing Grand Theft Auto. Did you guys know this? You can get shot up to 10 times. As long as there's a hot dog cart nearby, you're good. Really gives me hope that there's like an unorthodox surgeon somewhere in LA. Someone comes in like riddled with bullet holes, and he just starts cramming hot dogs down their throat. Like, I saw this in a game once, don't worry. Nurse, I need 50 cc's of mustard stat. Nurse! 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 Except there is no nurse. Because there is no hospital. It's just me in a motel room shoving hot dogs into the face of an American Girl doll. Which the state does not approve of, I found out. It's highly frowned upon. Like, it's not technically illegal, you're not gonna go to jail for it, but they will make sure every one of your future employers know about it. Which I don't think is fair. What else? How you guys feel about Trump? I'm actually starting to come around on Trump. Because, here's the thing about him. I don't think he wants to be president anymore. And he's trying to get impeached, but he can't. No matter what he says, and he's stuck in this weird limbo where he like is just stuck in this job. Like, all right, what am I gonna do today? How about I go on national TV and mispronounce Puerto Rico 5 times in a row? Still nothing. God damn it. All right. I won't be surprised if he came on TV and tomorrow and was like, all right, all Muslims have to start wearing little propeller beanies on their heads. But then half the country is like, they should! They absolutely should wear little propeller beanies on their heads. How else are we going to tell them apart? So my phone thinks it knows me better than it does. It thinks that all I do is look at porn. Granted, I do that a lot. But it's not all I do. Like, I could be typing in anything that begins with P, and it thinks I'm going to go to Pornhub. I could be searching for pterodactyls. Don't know why I chose pterodactyls. Should have chose a better example. But here we are. Could be searching for pterodactyls. All I have to do is type in P. It's like, yo, trying to go to Pornhub right now, aren't you? I'm like, yes, eventually. But right now, I'm trying to learn about the largest flighted prehistoric. I actually didn't learn anything about pterodactyls that day. I went straight to Pornhub. My phone was absolutely right. I'm gonna get pneumonia one day and try to look up symptoms, and I'm gonna die because I go straight to Pornhub. But my phone has gotten so cocky that like I don't even have to type in P anymore. I could type in any letter and it just thinks I'm gonna look at porn. I was going to wellsfargo.com the other day, check my bank account. All I had to do was type in W and my phone's like, yo, you trying to go to www.pornhub.com right now? Like, yeah, eventually. I overdrew my account that day. It's fine. Do one more. Here's a really hard question. Has anyone ever been in this spot where you're debating whether to or not to play the word scrotum in a game of Scrabble with your grandma? Is there any harder decision in life than that one right there? I submit that there is not. Because you see, you have like all the letters for scrotum except for M. And there's a free M on the board. Triple word score too. What are you gonna do? You don't wanna ruin your grandma's favorite pastime with the word scrotum. But she gets way too competitive about it anyway. So what do? You sack up and you play scrotum. You're like, boom, grandma, scrotum, boom, take it, take that scrotum. Take that scrotum, Grandma. You probably shouldn't say that part, but you play scrotum, and your grandma's like, that's not how you spell scrotum. That's true. All right, I want to leave on this one. Do you guys think that when you get fired from a funk band, they call it getting Earth, Wind, and Fired? I don't think they do that either. That'd be a dumb thing for people to do. All right, thanks guys, I'm Neil.
All right, Mr. Neil HELTZEL, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that was fun. Your next comic, he's a regular here at McCormack's. Glad we got him here tonight. Give it up for Mr. Austin Cole.
You guys hear this guy ever? No. I'm gonna try some new stuff with you guys tonight. Is that cool with you? You guys want to hear new jokes? Alright. I'm just gonna start by saying that I read an article yesterday that said that the secret war plans that we had in South Korea and to attack North Korea, apparently North Korea hacked those plans, so now they know what we were going to do if we attacked them. And also the defense minister of Japan leaked that Trump was planning on attacking North Korea next month. So I think, when the end of the world happens, the thing I'm going to regret the most is that Star Wars comes out on December 15th. I hate unoriginal people. Of course, like in music and other things, people bite other people's style. Like rock and roll developed from the blues and all that. I dated a girl who was writing a Broadway play, and there was somebody who had a drug addiction, somebody who had AIDS, somebody who was in a band, and then I suddenly realized that she was rewriting Rent. And that's kind of like, that kind of plagiarism is like being in a band called Dark Gray Sabbath and writing a song called Hostile Swine, or being in a band called Metallico and writing a song called Ride the Electrical Discharge. You guys like Spider-Man? Anybody? You know what? Fuck Peter Parker. He's a narcissist. He's always taking selfies. The new ones are going good. All right, I'll keep this up. I eat a lot of meat, probably way more than I should, so recently I've been trying to eat vegetables and salads and all that. I didn't realize when you eat a lot of vegetables that it makes you fart a lot. So I'd eaten like 3 salads in one day, and then I sat down, and like after 30 minutes, my ass was like, boobity boop. I was like, okay, all right. And then in about another 30 minutes go by, it's like, boobity boop boop boo. And I'm like, all right, this is what's going on. And like 15 more minutes go by, and it's like a 20s swing band, boobity boop bow, going on down there. And I was like, okay, well, don't eat a vegetarian's, or don't toss a vegetarian salad, because that's like playing the wrong end of a trumpet. Richmond is a metal town. Yeah, some metalheads in here. I've noticed that mainly there's like 2 types of metalheads. There's the ones with the long hair who at some point have listened to Judas Priest's record from beginning to end probably 100 times in a row. And yeah, there you go. And then there's the short-haired guys who wear camo who probably liked Metallica in 1994 and Monster Magnet a few years later. Have a good night, ladies. They'll be back. I was just saying bye to them, not y'all. Sometimes words just sound weird. Like the word bread racks, well, it's 2 words, but it just sounds weird to me. Like, it's like, hey, can you hand me those bread racks? Like, anytime I hear bread racks, I feel like a Klingon's about to challenge me to a battle to the death. New ones. Before marrying someone, you should probably take them to a restaurant that doesn't serve ranch to see who they really are. Last joke. I was walking down the street and a guy came up to me. He's like, psst, psst, come over here, man. I thought he was gonna sell me drugs, And I get over there and he's like, hey man, you want some Szechuan sauce for like $200 a pop? Shit's getting out of hand with the Szechuan sauce, yo. Rick and Morty fans know that joke. Anyway, let me just tell you, Szechuan sauce is going for $200 on eBay right now, which is ridiculous. I'll just end on this one. I'll give you one more. Anytime someone calls me a douche, I say, well, if I can make a vagina fresher, I will. Thank you. I've been Austin Cole.
All right, Austin Cole, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him one more time. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Your next comic. She's a very funny newcomer to the scene. She'll actually be at the Richmond Funny Bone on the 26th doing their roast battle. So go check her out there. But we got to hear it tonight. Give it up for Miss Marika Turner. Give it up. Give it up. All right. Your next comic. Always really excited when he's able to come out. Give it up for Mr. Tony Middleton.
What's going on, McCormack's? Woo! Come on, you can make more noise than that. Give it up to Austin, Jesse. How's everybody feeling tonight? Good? Nice? Loving life? No? You gonna answer no? Oh, I'm good. Y'all like my shirt? My American shirt? This is my please don't kill me because I'm an American shirt. Like, I bought this specifically just in case. Like, I got a whole new wardrobe of I'm an American shirt. Like, I got like thousands of shirts now. It's like, look, let me get a wardrobe to, just in case I'm going to places like Lynchburg. I don't know if you're familiar with Lynchburg. The name says it all. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me buy some shirts for that reason only. So I bought about $200 worth of shirts, American flags, everything. I am safe for the next 4 years now. I don't know. Anybody, like Uncle Carmack said, anybody here, couples here? Anybody couples? Couples? Congratulations. I don't fucking like y'all right now. I don't like anybody that's getting consistent sex, because I'm not. Like, I'm just salty about it. I'm very jealous of people getting consistent sex. You know? I actually thought about actually paying for sex, and I was like, you know what? I'm broke too, so that doesn't add up. Doesn't add up at all. I don't know. Maybe things will clear up for me a little bit. I'm not good at sex anyway. You know, actually my ex-girlfriend wanted to actually make a video of us having sex. We made one video, and then the second video, she's like, we should do this on Snapchat. That's all we need. I said, all right, babe, I love you too. I love you too. I don't know, a lot of things going on in my life. I'm trying to change up. I'm actually unemployed, got fired about a month ago. No concerns? What kind of crowd are we dealing with here? God damn. Yeah, got fired about a month ago. I didn't like the job anyway, so I'm cool with it. But I'm not suitable, like, I want a relationship, but right at this time, like, it's not suitable for me to have a relationship because I'm unemployed and I'm emotionally unstable. I'm broke, all that shit. I'm also very choosy though. I'm very picky. And I'm not picky like, oh, she has to be 5'5", brown eyes. I'm picky in the sense that my last girlfriend, I broke up with her because she had scoliosis. It was that serious. It was like, oh, I don't do scoliosis. That's something that's a qualification. You gotta have a straight vertebrae for me to. That's why I put on my profile. Another reason I broke up with my last girlfriend, well, 2 girlfriends ago, she used a porta potty. I'm very strict on porta potty using girls. Like, that's just disgusting to me. I feel like if you use the porta potty, you have like instant AIDS. I'm like, I can't fuck with you after that. I really can't. I got a couple of comments ago. I was talking about Donald Trump. Anybody still like on Donald Trump? Like, believe that he's president? I got some friends that are like, what? How is he president? Well, 8 months ago we voted, and now he's president. That's just what we have. I was over it literally 45 minutes after he got elected. This time I knew I was over it. I masturbated 20 minutes afterwards. I was like, listen, this is it. I was gonna masturbate anyway. His presidency doesn't confirm if I'm gonna masturbate or not. Like, it doesn't matter if he was elected or Hillary was elected. I was gonna masturbate anyway. It was already in the schedule. You know how you schedule a masturbation session, sir? You ever did that before? You're like, my wife is home.
He's talking to you.
I'm talking about both of you guys. Both of you guys.
I have.
But you have? Okay. I like that. That's a woman going like that. Need help? Okay. All right, cool. Anyway, but yeah, I say, look, masturbation session's going on 12:45. That's what I did. But I was still distraught about the actual election because I wanted to masturbate to big asses. I'm an ass type of guy. But I accidentally picked big dicks. That's how I knew. I didn't know immediately. When I saw the video, I saw the big dick. I was like, okay, cool. And then, it got closer to the woman. I was like, listen, lady, he's gonna get you. You better go. He's in his room. Bitch, leave! She died later that day. All right, guys, that's my time. Appreciate you listening. Look at Jesse Jaws right up here.
All right, Tony Middleton. One more time. All right, we're getting to the home stretch. Just a few people left. We'll be glad you stuck around. Your next comic, very, very funny lady. Give it up for Miss Katherine Malone.
Hey, how are y'all doing tonight? I like that response, I really do. Like, can you just raise your hand if you're kind of happy tonight? Like, if you're happy? Hell yeah, that's fucking awesome. Like, I hate all of you. Like, I've been happy for a week and I don't understand it. Like, it's rubbing me I suffer from depression. So for me, being happy is like walking around in a suit made out of balloons that's held together by static. And it's very squeaky, you just walk around and it's jarring to me. It really is. Because alright, so me keeping the suit together is like having balloons fall off every once in a while. And it's cool, because I have some extras, I can blow them up, stick them back on. But here's the thing. There are these people walking around with needles and they're very stabby. And then the thing that makes it worse is the fact that basically, they're just jabbing at me. Have you tried blowing up balloons that hold up your happy and says people are, basically these people are just assholes. That's really what it comes down to. So, I recently got invited to a pleasure party for the first time. I don't know if you know what that is. It's basically a party where you get together, you have some drinks, and you go over different types of lube and sex toys. So, I got invited to one of those, and it's cool because I'm excited about it. But the thing is, it's fucking with me because, I don't get fucked enough to be able to enjoy something like this. The way it hits me is, it's basically the same reason I don't go to a therapist. I know the reasons I'm unhappy. I'm not going to pay money for this. I'm not going to invest in my sadness. Especially when that sadness is just going to hit me in the face with a neon green vibrating dong. It's just not the same thing. Friendships are important. Friendships are important. If I may ask, do you have a best friend?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Do you remember how you made one of your favorite friends?
I don't.
Well, I'll tell you about how I made my first friendship. You see, I was at church one day as a young child, standing by the stairs. And then there was this kid And I was a round child, so this kid threw me down the stairs, and the only thing I think this kid thought to themselves was, I wonder if this one will bounce or slinky. And so I'm standing, so like I get to the bottom of the stairs, and like this kid gets punished for throwing me down the stairs, which makes sense, but here's the problem. The punishment was hanging with me outside of church. Basically, the way that friendship developed was like a prisoner of war situation with a lot of pizza. And the thing is, like, the exchange rate on that friendship was horrible because, like, I got ludicrous out of it because, so that's cool for me, but all this kid got was Spice Girls. Like, that's it. So, like I said, I made my first friend in church, and my family is very religious, to the point at which, like, all right, let me ask, like, have any of you ever read any of your parents' old, like, journals or letters or things like that? Well, I ended up finding it, and if you haven't done it yet, just check it out because it's really cool. My mother had a prayer journal. Basically, instead of saying her prayers, she would write that shit down in a notebook. And the first page I turned to happened to be about me in middle school. And the message was just beautiful. It was like, "Dear God, a bunch of kids are thinking about kicking my child's ass tomorrow. Send help, love, Pat." Send help, love, Pat. All I could do was laugh at it, because it's like, I think back to me in middle school, it's like, all right, I'm in gym class trying not to eat this locker, and you're working on your fucking penmanship. And like, it's crazy to me because, like, all right, here's the thing. Like, if you're religious, saying prayers, I get it. That's basically a phone call to God. But writing that shit down in a notebook is basically a drunk text at 3:47 in the morning. You don't think your God has better shit to do than read your drunk text? Shit. And it's crazy because I can only imagine God up in heaven like, God damn it, I should have known you would have been the one to do this. I should have known. You know, why did I not give you better penmanship? I have to read this now. Fuck. Send help, love, Pat. Fuck. So, I actually have a new hobby. I'm happy to share it with you all this evening. By any chance, do you have anything you like to do in your spare time?
Spare time?
Yeah, like anything what do you do for fun? What do you like to do to unwind?
Art.
Art? Cool. What kind of art?
T-shirt designs.
Oh, see, that's actually really cool. Like, I wish I could do that. The thing I got into is a little more and less vocal than designs. See, I decided to become a ventriloquist. But the reason I became a ventriloquist is not for the reasons most people become ventriloquists. Like, I don't want to entertain anyone with these skills. I also don't want to play with any dummies. Like, I've had my hands in enough people where there's no longer a thing. You see, the reason I decided to become a ventriloquist is because I want to make people believe they're hearing voices when I'm going down on them. Because realistically, if there are two people in the room and somebody else starts talking to you, you're not going to blame me when I have my mouth full. And we start with simple things. We start with simple things like, hey, did you remember to put the vodka back in the freezer? And we'll progress. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. You finally learned how to fuck without your binky blanket. And that's when things get dark, because it has to. You know what? I'm pretty sure she knows you let your dog eat peanut butter out of your asshole. You should rethink your life decisions, and for the love of God, leave Fidos out of some of them. Alright, so I haven't been doing this like a super long time, and I'm glad you all are out here, and the thing is, the thing I like about stand-up is, I thought I understood what dedication was, and then I got more and more into stand-up, and it's like, I know what discipline is now. I gave up masturbating to do this shit. Basically, every bad joke you've heard is an orgasm I'm never going to get back, and it's really high stakes there, and of course I'm not always on the stage, I'm not always writing, so you think I'd go to Pornhub and look up some ass to mouth like a normal person. But I don't, because I'm watching comedy specials trying to get better at this shit. And have you tried getting off to the voice of Iago from Aladdin? I'm not going to say how I know it can be done, but there's nothing right about it.
Basically, there's no good way to have an orgasm to Gilbert Godfrey folding napkins that doesn't end in a very long shower. And with that, thank you for your time. My name is Katherine Malone. I hope you have a great evening. Jesse Jarvis!
All right, Katherine Malone, everybody. One more time for Katherine Malone. I love that shit. Yeah. Raw. Yes. Your next comic, he's one of the co-creators of the Comics and Consoles web series. It's a really, really awesome show. You should watch it online. It's on YouTube. You can definitely find it there. But we got him here. Give it up for Mr. Nathan Possum.
So, like Jesse said, I do a video game show where we have stand-up comics play really shitty video games. But I have to play all the games before we actually have them on the show. So the other day I played the game Oregon Trail from my childhood. And I got lazy, and it has you fill out party members of your party, and I just went with autofill, and one of the names that popped up was my ex-girlfriend's name. Do you know how hard it is to give somebody malaria intentionally in Oregon Trail? It's like, Jesus Christ, 3 people broke a leg changing a wagon wheel, and you can't give this bitch dysentery? Sometimes I wonder if feminists were torn when Boyz II Men came out. They're like, Jesus Christ, this name is sexist. But Motown Philly sure is catchy. Lost my job recently. Or just say I got fired from my job, and it's always weird because you go to job interviews when you're looking for a new job, and everybody asks you the same question. Well, why did you leave your last place of employment? I'm like, the key card didn't work. And the worst part was like, when the key card didn't work and I called them about it, they were like, no, it's fine. It's just, we gotta sort some things out real quick. So I worked like 2 hours. And it's like, couldn't you have told me at the beginning of the day? I mean, I already put in an hour on YouTube. Did at least a half hour of Worms on my phone. I mean, I put in time on my day already. And I was horrible at the office politics, and that was kind of why I lost the gig. And I had a guy there who was Mr. Positivity. And he said, you know, man, you just gotta treat it like it's Game of Thrones. Like, what? You mean like poison somebody and cut their dick off? Jesus Christ. Seems a little extreme. I don't even know where to get poisoned. And what kind of knife do you use? I don't know the etiquette for that. Is it like a steak knife, one of those fruit paring knives? Or maybe it's like a Cutco knife. I mean, fuck cutting through a shoe or a penny. That's a real marketing strategy. When I lost my job, I had to pick up a gig working door for a bar, checking IDs and stuff. And it was alright, but it was like a Grateful Dead themed bar. So people were just like shocked when they found out I didn't like Grateful Dead. And they're like, how? How can you work here and not like Grateful Dead? I'm like, people work at McDonald's all the time. That doesn't mean they're Big Mac enthusiasts. And McDonald's employees don't have to regularly tell people not to do Coke on the soap dispenser. People say stupid shit to you. Like the other day, me and my girlfriend were looking for a birthday card for a nephew. And there was one card that said, fun dino facts, and it had these little tabs you could pull back and find out a fun fact about a dino. And she pulled, and you can't pull back the tabs because they're sealed. So she goes, well, I'll get this card, but I really hope there's nothing sexual in this. What do you expect to find in this card? Like you pull back a tab and it just says, Stegosaurus love to fuck. Jesus Christ. And I'm not any better because like when I was in high school, I went through this phase, this hippie new age phase. And I was with my girlfriend one time and I said, you know, like I feel like whenever you meet somebody, they just represent an animal. Like everybody, like you may be like a lion or a monkey or a bear or, you know, a pig. I don't know. And she goes, well, what do you think I am? And I'm like, a turtle. And I should have just left it there and just took my lumps. But I didn't. I tried to defend myself by saying, well, you know, it's that cute little hunch that you have when you walk and the little wrinkles in your eye like a cartoon turtle. Needless to say, that relationship didn't last much longer than that. I will leave you with this. When I was working my job, I was doing it because of health insurance reasons. Because I'm 35, if you can believe that, and when you turn 35, everything just starts to break on you. That or rocks just shoot out of your dick. And I mean, I didn't believe that this was a thing. And I asked my friend, like, how does this happen? And he said, large deposits of calcium. Like, what? You mean to tell me the thing that I've been told is healthy my whole life just causes genital boulder dash? Milk does body good, my ass. Milk turns you into a pebble shooter, and that's real. Thank you, Nathan Possum.
All right, Nathan Possum, check out the Comics and Consoles web series. It's a really good time. Give it up. All right, so now we're just down to 2 comics left. Your next comic, this dude hasn't been here in forever. I'm curious to see what he's going to talk about. Very curious. Let's see how this goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Danny Dudley.
I didn't break it. I just pulled the cable out. Hello there. Do y'all ever wonder if your parents were kinky? Or is that just like me? Because like when my mom found sex toys when she was helping me move, she was not like freaked out or anything. She was like, I hope you clean these. And because she saw my room, I'm a fucking mess in my room, but I take care of the sex toys. You got to. You don't want to give yourself herpes. Like, I wonder if they were into some freaky shit like master slaves, some bitch, like someone's tied up getting whipped. Because my dad was white, my mom was black, so I feel like that's just a guaranteed thing they had to practice at least once in their life. Some mixed guys, I couldn't tell that last little part. Best part about being mixed is I'm always in an interracial relationship. Yeah, it's great. Had some sex last night interracially with myself. I'm a great lover and a horrible one at the same time. Like I didn't like cuddle or anything with myself afterwards. I just cried. Like this is my life. What the fuck stuff have I gone to? So like end of the year's coming soon. There's some serious shit. I gotta renew my black card. It's not fucking funny. That's real shit. It's easy though, because they don't expect anything. They're like, oh, how black are you? You got some black in you? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, you're good. But just to be sure, I always watch Shaft, straight out of Compton. You know, something else with Morgan Freeman in it, because he's the president. But in that regard, I also have to renew my white card, and that's where it gets tough. I know, oh shit's true. Like they let me in to take the test just because of affirmative action. Takes a minute, y'all are white, y'all don't get it. Like then they start asking me questions like, all right, what are you wearing today? Well, I'm wearing boots for men. I do love pumpkin spice. I have that one black friend, you know, so I'm good. Hey, y'all are slowly getting it. Y'all are getting there. That's some stereotypical white people shit. I'm not saying it's true. Tell them I have kicked someone out their home and called it manifest destiny. Being mixed is great. I have mixed nieces and nephews. I mean, they're little assholes, but you know, I'm their mentor, so you know, they don't have that great of an upbringing to begin with. Like I taught one of them to lift his shirt up and play with his nipples. He started kindergarten this year. I'm waiting for that phone call from my brother to say, what the fuck, man? Do you know what Enoch did today? I'm like, was it nipples thing? Was it the nipples thing? He's like, no, sadly. But did you teach him to whip his dick out? I'm like, maybe. I don't have to put in too much work to get them to be fucked up, because Enoch once straddled me while I was sitting on the couch and said, "Look what mommy and daddy taught me," and started bouncing up and down. I know. Like, I know. I looked over at my older brother because we were playing video games, Tekken, fuck Street Fighter. And he was like, "Well, we don't really keep the door closed or anything like that. If they walk in and see some shit, they see some shit. They got to learn today." Y'all are disgusting. So random question, like I'm not really expecting an answer, but what broke y'all to be able to poop in public? No answers? For me, it was diarrhea while I was at work. I was working at a U-Crops at the time before it was Martin, so it was great. And what broke me was, like, I had diarrhea, and I know that toilet wasn't clean because it was my job to clean it. So I was like, this is it. This is the time I die. Thank y'all very much. I've been Danny Dudley.
All right, Mr. Danny Dudley, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. All right. We got one last comic for you tonight, and I'm really glad I saved her for last. There's a reason I did that. But before I bring her on, I just want to say we reached a milestone here tonight, McCormack's. What? Did you know that? We reached a milestone tonight. This is the first time Fast Times at Ridgemont High has been playing during this show, and not a single comedian had to perform during the Phoebe Cates topless scene. That has never happened in the history of McCormack's. We did it, you guys! Guys, we did it! Give it up for yourselves! And give it up for your final comic of the evening, one of my favorite people in the entire world, the hilarious Miss Kate Carroll.
Jesse Jarvis, everyone! Give it up for your wonderful, lovely host of the evening. He's the best. Oh, I love being here, you guys. Please give Austin all your money. I don't give a shit if you don't have a fucking dime on you. Give him all your money. I will not let you leave here until none of you have any money left and he has all of it, okay?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that guy got away. Hold on.
No, he works here. He's fine.
Okay, never mind. I'm kidding. No, dude, guys, I spent all day today in a fucking existential crisis because I decided that I was going to take a test online that was like titled, "Only schizophrenics and genius will get every single question on this test right." And I got every single question on the test right, which means I'm either schizophrenic or a genius. So I've been like, oh my god, am I schizophrenic? Do I hear voices? No. I guess I'm probably a genius then. Right, cool, I'm a genius. Except then later on in the day I decided I was going to put baking soda in my hair because someone told me it was the same thing as dry shampoo, which it's not. So my scalp has been burning for the past 12 hours. So clearly that test is fucking broken. Because I'm an idiot. No, I don't know. So I know the news has been kind of weird lately, but especially because I've been noticing a lot of conspiracy theories just popping up in the news. They're getting more traction, which is kind of weird to me. Especially because the rapper B.O.B. apparently has launched a GoFundMe campaign to send a satellite into space to prove that the Earth is actually flat. So in response, NASA themselves have actually launched a GoFundMe campaign to prove just exactly who the fuck B.O.B. actually is. Because does anyone actually know who he is? Apparently he did a song called Airplanes, which is funny because that would imply that he would have seen the curvature of the Earth. You'd think he would have figured that out. He's probably just too busy being excited to be in a plane. No, I don't know. These are all new, so bear with me. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? Yeah. This is great. I'm so excited. Now, so the other day, some dude was fucking pissing me off, so I went off at him, and he looks at me and goes, "What, are you PMSing?" That's such a fucking bullshit go-to that dudes like to use if you ever get mad at them. And yeah, maybe, probably, but by the same token, the fact of the matter was, So when women are PMSing, the reason why there's all those mood swings and they're angry and whatever is because the estrogen in their system has dropped to the lowest level it could possibly be at. And the only hormone left in your system regulating your emotions at that point is testosterone. Yeah, exactly. So like now anytime any guy goes out, like I go off at a guy and he's like, what are you PMSing? I'm like, no, fuck you, I am you now. Now I get why y'all bomb shit. No, so like anytime like a guy now goes off at me, like he's like, oh, what are you PMSing? Anytime I like piss a guy off and he's like, oh, fuck you, go away. I'm like, what, did you and your best friend in 5th grade dock penises because that one weird Billy kid who's like in your biology class who's always fucking talking about it told you about it, so then your dad walks in mid-dock and then beats the shit out of you because he didn't raise no sissy. And then all the while remembering that one homosexual experience he had in boot camp and now you have unresolved anger issues? And the answer is always yes. It's always yes. So like as a person, I know all of us, like we're comics, we all have like weird like social dysfunctions. Me personally, like I refuse to ever seem vulnerable to people. Like, oh shit, what the fuck? I don't even know. Is she 32 or is she 23? Because if she's 32, she probably shouldn't be celebrating that. I think it's backwards. Oh, I don't know. This is all right. Cool. Congratulations for me for getting upstaged by balloons. Happy birthday! Yeah. All right. Cool. Moving on. Oh, fuck. What is going on right now? All right, yes, the ball.
All right, you officially just won.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. No, Jesus Christ, I'm just gonna fucking exit on that. No, I have more. Stick around. We'll chase you down. These heels look dangerous, but I can guarantee you I've chased many men down in these. No, I'm not good at being vulnerable. I don't know if anyone else has that experience. Like I listened to too much Destiny's Child as a kid. So like now it's like pathological. It's like you must be an independent woman. You must be an independent woman. And like it's so bad. Like it's cool in that regard, except it's almost killed me a few times. Like here's an example. The other day I was like out getting food with some friends at a restaurant, and in the middle of eating, I realized that I was choking. Now, like a normal sane person would have done like the whole like international like, I'm a fucking fatty who eats too fast. Please help me dislodge this piece of food from my throat symbol. You know that one. The one that they teach you. But instead what I did was I stood up and I walked out of the restaurant like a cat going into the woods to die alone. I was eating, I felt myself choking, and I had this moment where I was like, all right, my time's done here, guys. All right, I'll see y'all later. It's so bad, guys. Like, I would rather choke to death on a convenience store chicken tender. It was a convenience store, it wasn't a restaurant. In the middle of a Northeast DC alleyway, all by myself, in the middle of the night, than ever let anyone see fear in my eyes. It's also like it's kind of translated like into other parts of my life. Like I refuse to request validation from people. Like I don't want, except for you. Tell me you love me. That's why I'm up here. Oh, thank you. But that's what the voice in my head sounds like. No, like it's so bad. Like I don't ask my partners what I never what does this outfit make me look like? It's like I know what it makes me look like. I look like a goth who's trying really hard not to look like a goth. Like that is my experience. But no, if I really wanted validation, guys, I'm gonna go online and take a BuzzFeed quiz. Like literally every other well-adjusted human being on the face of the planet. And in case you're wondering which character from Seinfeld I am actually George's hairpiece. Kind of sums up my entire existence. I'm only there to make other people look good.
Does anyone actually wear hair pieces anymore, by the way? Is that a thing? That guy doesn't. He's proud of it. I like you. All right. No, I don't fucking know. Am I doing this right? I mean, like, am I an adult? Like, I don't know what that is. I'm 27. I should know at this point what that is. Like, when I was younger and I was fucking up and everything was terrible, I'd turn to my mom and be like, hey, why is everything so terrible? And she'd be like, oh, don't worry, honey, you're probably just a late bloomer. That's a nice sentiment, Mom. That somehow implies that I'm some kind of, like, pretty flower that hasn't had enough time to grow. When me, personally, I'm probably more like a cactus. And that, yeah, cactuses sometimes have flowers, true. But I am prickly, and I'm bad at remembering to drink water. Now, some of you assholes out there might be thinking, hey, Kate, did you just say cactuses when you should have said cacti? No, I said cactuses. That's because I fucking meant cactuses. Because what y'all might not realize is that in the English language, the plural of cactus is actually cactuses. In Latin, it is cacti, and I don't want any of you douchebags coming with me after the show saying I did it wrong. I looked it up. But think about that too. Like, if you tried to apply that pluralization to any other word in the English language, it doesn't really work. Like say the word bus. Instead of buses, it would now be bi. That's fucking stupid. It especially doesn't work. Like, can I use it in a sentence? All bisexuals are actually just gay. Like, it doesn't work. That's a little bit of a slow burn. Oh, I don't know. I know what you guys were thinking when I walked in here. I know the first time that popped into your head. Hey, I wonder if that girl has a butterfly tattoo. I know, it's understandable. I mean, shit. Look at me. No, what you might not realize, though, is that I actually do have a butterfly tattoo. But the fact of the matter is, I don't have it willingly. Because does anyone here have a butterfly tattoo? No? Jesus, how am I the only person here who doesn't have a butterfly tattoo? This will make sense in a second. In the United States of America, what you might not realize is that there is a law in the books that a lot of people don't realize, is that if a girl loses her virginity before the age of 18, when she finally turns 18, the government busts down your door and holds you at gunpoint and says, you're gonna get a fucking butterfly tattoo! Just so that everyone knows how much of a slut you are. And I tell you that just in case anyone's planning on seeing me naked later and they wonder why I have it. It's also a way better story than how I actually got it, which was that on my 18th birthday, I decided that I would design a tattoo, and I designed a butterfly tattoo, and I got it for my dead grandmother. No, don't say no. She hated tattoos. It was one more fuck you to grandma. Like, that's just like, this one just really digging it right in there. My grandmother was a wonderful people person. She was a people person, but she was a terrible person. No, I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I'm drinking water, guys. I'm trying to remember. It's actually not water, that's gin, but it's close enough. It's mostly water. So I've been called a snob on occasion, despite my butterfly tattoo. Mostly because I hate sandwich chains. I know I've talked about conspiracy theories before, but I actually have a very well thought. I've spent a lot of time researching this. So like the other day, a friend of mine was like, "Hey, you want to go to Panera for lunch?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to go to Panera." And they're like, "Why? Do you think you're better than Panera?" No, I don't think I'm better than Panera. I just think that all sandwich chain mascots are terrible people. And stick with me, there's a thing. So let's look back historically on some of our more well-known sandwich chain mascots. We have Jared from Subway. And then we also have, some of you guys might not know this, but Jimmy John himself from Jimmy John's fucked a dead shark on a boat. Yeah, I know. He also fucked a dead shark on a boat. Yeah, it's a thing. Look it up. I'm serious. For all I know, Panera Monster, which is the fictional mascot for Panera that I made up for this joke, probably kills and eats whole cats. Which I also just realized is actually Alf in this joke, but I may have been stoned when I wrote it, but it's... I just like the idea of Alf being the mascot for Panera. Come try our food. We swear it's not cats. All right. I will leave you guys with this. Thank you, by the way. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. Seriously, I love McCormack's and I love Jesse and I love all you guys. Oh, you make me feel like not a weird person. So I don't know how anyone else has been doing since America became great again. I know for me it's been weird. Mostly what I've been dealing with is I've been dealing with catcallers, which is strange because prior to the election I never got catcalled. Like mostly because I look like this. And I'm not talking myself down. When I say I look like this, it's that I realize that I look like the kind of person who, rather than give you my phone number, I'd rather just corner you and yell at you about geopolitical issues for an hour and a half. And no one wants to invite that kind of thing, right? But no, like the other day I was walking in the street and I got catcalled by 5 different construction workers. Granted, they were all at the same site, so it may have been like a team building exercise. Teamwork makes the dream work. But it was weird, and I was like, this is so strange. I've never dealt with this before. And I've boiled it down to one of 2 theories. It's either that in Trump's America, men feel totally 100% comfortable saying whatever the fuck they want to women in public now. Or, and this is what I really hope it is, it's that I'm a sturdy-looking broad who's probably going to survive the impending nuclear apocalypse. Hey, yo, baby, you look like you know how to dig a well. Hey, girl, you know how to use a crossbow? I do, actually. Come repopulate the world with me. No, it's okay. Like I will say, I will add this for you just because I'm feeling generous, and also I like doing this bit. But another, you're welcome. No, I like to it's been stressful for me in other ways. Like I know that there have been like a lot of jerks on the internet, and they've been like commenting on like Facebook posts and YouTube and all that stuff. And I have a very weak constitution when dealing with trolls on the internet. So what I've been doing to cope with it is that I've been singing back all of their comments online to the tune of songs from the musical Annie. And seriously, if you are ever having a bad day and you just want to turn it around, if someone's being a dick to you, just do this. It'll make you feel so much better. So like, someone was talking about progressive tax reform, something that is, a fairly innocuous statement, and then some angry troll on Facebook was like, well, you shouldn't be taxing the rich like that. They earn that money fair and square. Plus, what if I woke up tomorrow and I won the lottery? I've earned all that money. It's mine. Let me keep it. All right, let's pump the brakes. All right, we have some very, reasonable reasons as to why we need those income taxes. They pay for schools and roads and shit like that. No. I'm gonna be rich tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow I won't be just an underperforming member of society who continues to vote against my own interests because I've aligned myself with some greater moral standard that isn't even really applicable to modern day. I mean, really, have you guys even actually read Leviticus? Apparently it's appropriate to put someone to death reading fruit from a tree that's less than 4 years old. I realize it's a strange example to use in this situation. Not to mention, I might add, you're more likely to die from bowling a perfect game than ever win the lottery. I'm not kidding. That's a real statistic. Look it up. That just goes to show how weird this way of thinking is. You're never fully dressed without a Smith & Wesson. All right, guys, let's welcome Jesse Jarvis back to the stage. He's wonderful.
and gentlemen. Let her hear it. That was fantastic. I told you there's a reason you should have stuck around. Now, Kate was our last comic for the evening, but we got a special guest who just has a few parting words for you. You may know him as your bartender for this evening. He's been giving you the sass in the class while pouring them drinks in the glass. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Fitch.
Love you too. I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna go the fuck off and rant a little bit. See if you guys can keep up with. It's called the keychain of events and thoughts. It starts off with I was in a bar and I was drunk, and then it started into an Uber, and then it started to an Uber to my house. Then it started into an Uber back into a car I should have been driving. Then I take the car around driving that I should have been driving. Get back to my house. Have a dream about throwing my keys into the woods behind my home. I am convinced it's not a dream because I have torn my fucking house apart looking for the goddamn keys. And I've even been through the grass because my backyard backs up to Virginia wetland. So it's like, I know what I found? I found a fucking tiny tombstone that said the name Isabel on it, but not my fucking keys. And I have a picture of it in my phone to prove it to me. Oh, it's fucking Halloween. So I'm literally doing a grid through the woods. I mean, I took golf balls and walked in my backyard like, okay, I'm drunk. All right, I'm drunk, I'm pissed. I got my keys in my hand, but I'm not going to throw anything that even looks like keys because then I'll think that they're my keys when I'm out there looking again. So I take a golf ball. And I'm like, man, fuck, fuck this motherfucking bullshit. I bet it's high in a tree, so I started looking up in the trees. I couldn't find my keys. I'm freaking the fuck out. Okay, so because of that happening, now, I wake up the next morning and it's one of those, like, not the kind of hangover that's like, I think I'm gonna shit myself, or the kind of hangover where you're like, I should have drank more water, or the kind of hangover, it's like, I've been breathing with my mouth open all night and my tongue is like a fucking parrot. No, it's the wake up where you're like, I feel too good and I feel too rested to have not done something wrong. And it's like, I think I did something wrong. It's like, I feel too good, which means that you're probably still drunk. Because after I ate pizza at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I felt awful. Oh, by the way, this whole drunk story started because my team lost in football, so that you can tell where the testosterone went, which is why the keys went too. So I'm tearing the house apart. I was like, there's no way they would fucking keys. I mean, I'm literally in my house, like going like from baseboard to baseboard, like I'm stuck in a maze. There's no way that I lost my keys in my house. There's no way I threw them in the woods. There's no point. They have to be in the house. They have to be in the house. They have to be in the house. They have to be in the house because I can't accept the fact that I threw them into the woods, and I'm pretty sure I threw them into the woods. And what's really bad about that is I had to pay $200 to get the fucking ignition and keychains in my car because it was the only set of keys because I own a 2002 POS. So on top of that, everybody asked me about my keychains. It had lots of keys on it. Why do you have so many fucking keys? What are you, a fucking janitor? I was like, no, it's a memory. It's a memory. My keys are almost like tattoos. It's like, this is a key to a mailbox that I had fucking 20 years ago that I don't even live anymore. They probably charged me $300 for it and I still have it. And the 4 quarters. The year I was born, 1967, I have 4 fucking quarters that either have a bullet hole or a drilled through it that's on my fucking keychain. And a little Star Wars thing, and a little fucking Harry Potter thing. And my keys used to weigh like fucking 15 pounds, and it meant something because when they were hanging from my belt, I knew I didn't lose them. Now this is what I have. It's pathetic. I have an Avengers thing because I had to get some nerdy shit. Got a new key to my car. And Matt, just to tease me, the new key to the restaurant he made at leopard print. So I think Matt wins on the joke on this one because I wasn't really trying to be funny. I was just going on. All right, good night, everybody. Tip your bartender.
Austin Fitch, ladies and gentlemen. He's had some things to say to you, but give it up for him. And God damn it, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Like, good God, like a lot of you were here from the beginning. Some of you like kind of trickled in. Like, good God, give yourself a big round of applause for sticking around with us tonight. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll be back on October 25th, so tell your friends, tell your family. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a Halloween thing. Maybe I'll dress up as a thing. I don't know. Maybe Gumby. Anyway, guys, the bar's still open, so keep drinking. Tip Austin a lot of money. Have a good night, guys. Be safe.